Hello, this is YouTube. Here be monsters. Um, I'm addressing Mr. ForeveraloneFace. I just tried to watch your video, and I have to say it was painful. I'm trying to sit through it. I didn't even make it through the whole thing. Are you drunk or high or stoned or something when you're doing this? Because I'm having trouble understanding. And you need to turn the dance music down in the background too. I mean, just. Oh no. I did catch the part where you did accuse me of dropping people's dogs, dropping people's personal information. I've done that on one occasion. I have. I won't lie to you. That is the only time that I've done it. The George Bush pimp situation was retaliatory. That's the best way to put it. That was retaliation for him doing it to someone else. And would you not agree that if someone had dropped someone else's personal information, that it would be just to return the favor? Can you agree to that? And I'm going to ask you what your goal is, because you don't really seem to have one. You're not very coherent or concise about anything. You seem like you're having a lot of trouble just forming sentences, just communicating. And I'm not going to poke fun at you for that, because you may have a problem. And if you do have a problem, I'm not going to attack you because of that problem. However, you really need to work something out, Forever Alone Face. You really do. You need to figure out exactly what it is that you want to say before you turn the cam on, maybe. Or just maybe run through in your head maybe some things that you'd like to say, instead of just turning the cam on with your music playing in the background and mumbling. I mean, you clearly sounded on this video like you were hindered or possibly intoxicated. I mean, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. You can get as drunk as you want. You can get as drunk as you want or as high as you want and post as many videos as you want. I mean, but you can't really expect anyone to really listen and try to understand what you're saying when trying to understand what you're saying is that difficult. I got through half the video and had to replay it because literally I couldn't understand you. Your sentences were not coming together properly. The thought that you were trying to convey was fragmented. So I was able to get to the part. I was able to get where you did mention that I dropped people's personal information, that I dropped people's docs, and I did in fact do that. And I accept full responsibility for that, and I make no apologies. It's something that I did. It needed to be done. We had someone going out doing that to other people, and their behavior needed to be corrected, especially considering the fact that they had a link to their own Facebook page on their YouTube channel. Stupidity would not go unpunished. And neither will hateful or abusive or harassing behavior. Not that that was a punishment specifically. I mean, that individual came out shortly after and said, yeah, that information's right. Here I am. But, and I didn't do that in a video either. I simply wrote, George Bush Pimp says Sean Marion of Quincy, Illinois. That's it. That's all I said. I didn't give his, well, yeah, I did. I didn't give his address, but I did. Went a little farther with it than I would have liked. Someone else got caught up in it, and I posted that individual's business address. I kind of regret having done that. Even though the two of them are close friends, and that other individual has harassed people online as well. He did not drop anyone's personal information, so I do regret having put his business address out there. I do regret that. But most people have forgotten that. Nothing ever came of it. I removed it where I had posted it. I removed it just as I removed Mr. Merriman's information from my own pages. So the point was made, and I removed it. He asked, did I remove the information? I removed it. We had a discussion about it. Him and Von Helton had a discussion about it, and we all came to the agreement that it would probably be best to cease fire. So we did. Now, of course, he did go back on his word on that. Sean did. But I'm not going to post his address again. A point was made a while back. It was made, and it's no longer necessary. But as far as Mr. Forever Alone Face wanting me to come to your house, I'm not. It's not going to happen. I'm not going to come to your house. I'm not going to come and try to attack you or do anything stupid like that. That's not what I do. I'm smarter than that. Just like I assume that you're more intelligent than that as well. That you're smarter than going to someone's house. I mean, that's pretty stupid. Although I am starting to doubt that. I thought that most people, I mean, Mr. Dark Zodiac, he's not going to anybody's house. He's not. Victor Fox not going to anyone's house. It's not worth that to them. They enjoy doing things the way they do them, which is all good. It's all fine. But they can't expect me to stop, speaking out against what it is that they do. As far as the whole thing, people going out and saying, "Oh, well, I just support pedophiles." Who's the pedophile? Von Helton? Are you kidding me? Have you looked at that chat? Von Helton's the pedophile. Now somebody's trying to say that Yamato's a pedophile? I don't know Yamato, but I know as much about Yamato as you guys do. That's not a whole lot. To say he's a pedophile, I mean, that's just like going up and asking. That's like the old question you would ask a congressman: "Are you still beating your wife?" It's a loaded question. You say, "Oh, you're a pedophile." Are you a pedophile? When you say something like that, I mean, I really wanted to touch upon this as well. When you go around calling everyone who disagrees with you or everyone that you don't like a pedophile, it kind of takes away from the meaning of that word and what it actually represents. It's like if you go around calling everybody calling everybody you meet a rapist. I mean, that's a pretty harsh thing to accuse someone of. Say, oh, you're a pedophile. With no evidence to back it up, just to go on and say, oh, this guy's a pedophile. We think he's a pedophile because we got this chat thing. This fake chat thing. But, and you've called Yamato a pedophile, and you've called myself. You've called me a pedophile. Other people have as well. When you do that, people stop really listening to what you say. If you do come across a real pedophile and you call them out on it, nobody's going to believe you. There's that secular opinion video he put out where he showed the clip from the television show Trailer Park Boys. You know, never cry shit wolf. It's a pretty good show. It was a pretty funny show. But anyway, I mean, I can't believe you guys haven't caught on to that. Well, I mean, you are very infantile in the way you do things. It's obviously like the other Here Be Monsters channel, Here Be Monsters, M0NSTERS. That individual, I mean, it's obvious that he's a kid, he's a teenager. Middle teens probably, maybe 16, 17. I mean, I can understand you guys are on here just being kids and just playing jokes. And I don't really care what a bunch of kids do. I don't really care what a bunch of 15, 16-year-old kids do online. It does not interest me. But if you're acting like a dumbass, I'm gonna call you out on it. And the reason why I'm going to call you out on it is because you need to be called out on it. You really do. You do these things on here because you can't do them anywhere else. You call everybody that you meet a pedophile on here and you say fuck you and make all sorts of comments about male ejaculate and whatever. Because you can't say these things to people in reality. For one, if you say it, most people on the street are going to just beat the holy shit out of you if you do. And if you say it to someone in school, you're going to get in trouble. If you say it to someone at your job, you're going to get fired. If you say it to your parents, you might get the shit beat out of you. and or whatever. Mommy and daddy might take the keys away from you. You're rebelling. I understand that. It's a phase that everyone goes through. I went through it. But one thing I can say that I never did was to single out, to identify weaknesses in others and exploit those weaknesses just to make myself look good. That is not something that I've ever done. I'm not on here to look good. If I was on here to look good, I'd be taking off the mask and showing my face. I'm not on here for subscribers. I'm not on here for supporters, and I'm not on here for friends. I've got too many friends in the real world. I don't need any more online wanting me to come on at certain times and go into certain rooms with them and attack certain people with them. You noticed my video that I did to the troll solution. I'm on here alone. I'll talk to people and I'll answer emails as I have time to do so. But apparently this is where your friends are. This is your social life. And that is a bad thing, but I'm not going to judge you for that specifically. You have friends online because you don't have friends in reality? Maybe you have friends in reality. I can say that the way you act, you probably wouldn't have many, but you have these little cliques that you form online, and you have these groups that attack specific individuals. It's just like you have a clique that's around Von Helton that defends him. I know Von Helton. I talk to Von Helton. I talk to him quite often. But I'm not really part of that clique specific. I'm not part of any clique. This is YouTube. Hear Me Monsters. When you become part of a clique, that's when problems really start to arise.